Ready?
Yes, Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Maharaj, we
Radhe
welcome
Radhe.
you for Radhe Radhe. We welcome you for today's Sangha lecture. And the topic for today is Gadadhar Pandit glorification. Maharaj, you can please start now. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityananda. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sanyavadi Pasatari Satarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Siva Sadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gadadhar Pandit ki jai, Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. We are blessed today to have the association of Gadadhar Pandit. So we are going to hear from Sri Vrindavan Das Thakura. Vrindavan Das Thakura is narrating these wonderful pastimes to us. So he said, only Mukunda and Vasudev Dutt knew the glory of Pundarik Vidyanidhi's love for Lord Krishna. Gadadhar Pandit was a dear friend of Mukund. Mukund approached Gadadhara and said, today we will go to a wonderful Vaishnava. Oh Gadadhara Pandit, please listen carefully. In your heart, you yearn to see a great devotee, a great Vaishnava, a wonderful devotee of Lord Krishna. That is your heart desire. Today, I will show you a wonderful Vaishnava. That great Mahabhagavad you yearn to hear. Today, I will show you such a wonderful Vaishnava. Please remember those and allow me to become your servant. Hearing this, Gadadhara became very happy. Yes. Devotees are always very happy to see another devotee. That's the proof of our devotional quality. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said in a conversation with Ramananda Rai, he asked, my dear Ramananda Rai, what is the most painful thing that should never be tolerated in this world? Sri Ramananda Rai replied, my dear Lord, to be bereft of association of a devotee should never be tolerated. The most painful thing in this world, not to have the association of devotees. So here Gadadhar Pandit is very, very happy to hear that he is going to meet the pure devotee. So he called out, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And then at once, they went to see Pundarik Vidyanidhi. When Gadadhara arrived, saintly Pundarik Vidyanidhi was sitting down. Gadadhara Pandit offered obeisances, and Pundarik Vidyanidhi offered him a seat. Pundarik Vidyanidhi asked Mukund, what is his name? In what village does he stay? I see that his body is effulgent with devotion to Lord Vishnu. His form and nature are handsome and graceful. Mukul replied, his name is Gadadhar Pandit. From childhood, he was never interested in material things. He is fortunate. Yes, great fortune. Great fortune means one is never interested in material things. One is only interested in Krishna consciousness, in Krishna activities. And one is thus engaged in that way. It's a great, great fortune. Mahabhagya. He is Madhav Mishra's son. I will tell you of his activities. He is very, very dear to all the Vaishnavas because he has wonderful qualities of not having material desires. Yes. Srinivas Acharya also said the same thing of the six Goswamis. Because the six Goswamis have no material desire, they have no envy of anyone, they are very, very dear to everyone, including the ruffians and the gentles. He always works on the part of devotional service. He associated with the devotees. When he heard your name, he became joyful, and he has come here to see you. Hearing this, Pundari Vidyanidhi became very pleased. He began to speak very respectfully. As he sat, Pundari Vidyanidhi seemed to be a glorious prince. Means a sense gratifier. He sat on a splendid red chair decorated with brass. Above him were three splendid canopies. Sense gratifier. We should understand that all of us, our devotion will be tested. This is the Leela. Gadadhar Pandit, Mukund, and Vidyanidhi Pundarik. They are demonstrating to show us here, that teaching us here, that will be tested. Will be tested. The test is going on now for Gadadhar Pandit. It is not for him, it is for us. Well, Krishna is using his pure devotees to teach us the process. If Krishna does not use the pure devotees, he cannot use conditioned souls because we will never be able to meet up with the standard. And we cannot show proper example for others to emulate. Therefore, Krishna used his pure devotees to teach us the path. So what is happening with Gadadhar Pandit, we should see that not Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit is just the mirror for us to see where we are, so that we can be able to correct ourselves and do the right thing. The chair was beautiful, was splendid fine cloth and graceful cushions on four sides. There were 5 or 7 brass pitchers, both large and small. There were excellent betel nut on the splendid brass tray. On both sides were splendid spitons. Looking at them and chewing betel nuts, he smiled, indicating that he is enjoying the senses. At every moment, 2 men fanned him with the peacock feathers fans. On his forehead were sandal paste, Vaishnava tilak, and red dot drawn with scented red powder. How can I describe the way his hair was decorated? Anointed with the splendid and fragrant Amalaki oil, his hair had no equal. By the power of his devotional service, he was handsome like Kamadev. They who did not know taught him a sense-gratifying prince. Yes. What is the message? The message here is that one should not go to a sadhu with the eyes. One should go to a sadhu with ears, not with the eyes. Because with the eyes you will see only faults and mistakes. With the ear you will drink the nectar of Krishna Katha and be free from all offenses. Externally, Pandit Vidyanidhi seems to be a great sense gratifier, a contaminated materialist that should never be associated with. He sat on the wonderful throne. He acted like a materialist. He is enjoying his senses. Seeing that supreme personality of Godhead was a materialist, Gadadhar felt a doubt take birth in his heart. Saintly Gadadhar had been renounced from his very birth. Therefore, a doubt arose in him about Pandit Vidyanidhi's position. Although Pandit Vidyanidhi was in truth a good, great, powerful, wonderful Vaishnava, externally he seemed to be a materialist who is enjoying his senses. He ate opulent food and wore opulent clothing, and his hair was anointed with opulent fragrances. When he heard about him, Gadadhar Pandit had faith in Pandit Vidyanidhi, but now that he saw him, that faith was now gone. It happens for many of us. When we hear about person or see about the person, we are attracted, but after some time in association, we become familiar, and that faith and strong conviction becomes shaky. Understanding Gadadhar's heart, Mukund, is something to reveal the truth about Pandit Vidyanidhi. Yes. Vaishnavas, they have wonderful qualities which can never be imitated. They have wonderful qualities, extraordinary quality, which can only be shown by one who is a pure devotee. They know how to give shelter, they know how to protect others, they know how to assist and support others to be Krishna conscious. By Lord Krishna's mercy, nothing remained unknown to Gadadhar Pandit. Lord Krishna does, after all, controls Maya. Therefore, what can he not do for his devotees? With a sweet voice, Mukund then sang a verse, glorifying devotional service. Rakshasi putana sisu kaite niridaya Ishware patite gala kalakutalaya. A merciless Rakshasi Putana will eat small children. That is Putana. Every step Putana takes, a child must die. So dangerous a woman she is. Anointing herself with Kalakuta poison, she went to kill Krishna. Tahare o matripada tilena ishware na baje abudha jibahena dayalira. Still, Lord Krishna gave her the pose of being his mother. Only an ignorant fool would not worship Lord Krishna, who is so merciful. This is also described in this word of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 13, the 10th canto, chapter 13. Verse 23, for the second part. Aho bakiyam sana kalakutam jigam saya payayat afiyasadrim lebegatim datri uchitam tatonyam kamba dayalun charanam prajema. Oh, how wonderful it is! Putana, the sister of Bakasura, wanted to kill Krishna by smearing deadly poison on her breast and having Krishna take it. Nonetheless, Lord Krishna accepted her as his mother, and thus she attained the destination befitting Krishna's mother. For whom shall I take shelter? For Krishna, who is so merciful. It is also described in this word of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 6, Text 35. Putana lokabalagni rakshasi rudarashana jigam sayapi haraye stanam datta pasad gatim. Putana was always hankering for the blood of human children, and with that desire she came to kill Krishna. But because she offered her breast to the Lord, she attained the greatest achievement. This is Mukunda's mercy. Pure devotees are always very kind to us. Therefore, it is our duty to take full shelter of them. Simply by hearing this description of devotional service, Mukund Vidyanidhi began to weep. A wonderful stream of joyful tears flowed from his eyes. It was as if Goddess Ganga herself had descended to that place. Weeping, trembling, perspiration, fainting, calling out, and standing erect of the body's hair simultaneously appeared on Pundari Vidyanidhi's body. Say it, he roared. No one could hold him still. He fell to the ground. He began kicking his opulent possessions. He did not spare anything because he was no more external. He is now fully internal. The splendid brass plate went in one direction, the betel nut in another, and the water pitchers in another. His kicks made his chair fall to the ground. Overwhelmed with love for Lord Krishna, with his two hands, he began to rip apart his splendid clothing. His splendid hair became dissolved. Rolling on the ground, he wept. He called out, Krishna, Krishna, my Lord Krishna, my life, you made me hard. You made me hard like a stone or like dry wood. He wept in agony. He screamed. He has descended, but I am cheated. He fell and violently rolled on the ground. In their hearts, everyone thought his bones will break into pieces. He violently trembled in ecstatic love. Then 10 men tried to hold him still, but they had not the power to do so. They cannot hold him. Kicked by his feet, his garment, the chair, The pitchers and brass plate went flying in different directions. Nothing remained. All his servants surrounded him. They protected his property. For some moment, he revealed in this way his ecstatic love for Lord Krishna. Then he fell unconscious in an ecstatic trance. Not even a single sesame seed word of life was present anywhere in his body. Pandit Vidyanidhi was plunged in an ocean of bliss. Seeing this, Gadadhar was filled with wonder. In his heart, he began to worry. He thought, I have offended a great soul. I have offended a great soul. I came to see him at the wrong moment. Happily embracing him, he sprinkled Mukunda's limbs with tears of love. Gadadhar Pandit said, Mukund, you acted like a true friend. You are a true friend. You showed to me the great devotee Pandit Vidyanidhi Bhattacharya. In the three worlds, is there another devotee like him? The sight of his devotional activities purifies the three worlds. Pandit Vidyanidhi ki jai. Pandit Vidyanidhi Maharaja ki jai. Only because you were nearby did I escape a great danger today. Seeing him dressed like a materialist, in my heart, I thought, he is a Vaishnava attached to sense pleasures. You brought the truth into my heart. You showed me how exalted Pandit Vidyanidhi's devotional service is. Now that I have committed an offense, I must do something to make his heart merciful to me. Every devotee who was on the path of devotional service must have a spiritual master to guide him. Without the spiritual master, there is no Krishna, there is no pure love of Godhead. Pure love of Godhead or Krishna means that there is a spiritual master. Although I work on the path of devotional service, I do not have a spiritual master. Therefore, I must accept a spiritual master to give me mantra initiation and to teach me the path of bhakti. I have committed an offense to Pandit Vidyanidhi Maharaj, but if I become his disciple, he will forgive my offense. Saying this to Mukund in this way, Gadadhar Pandit revealed his desire to accept initiation from Pandit Vidyanidhi. Hearing this, Mukunda praised him happily, saying, Excellent! Excellent! 𝐤𝐢𝐳, 𝐤𝐢𝐳. After 6 hours, Pandit Vidyanidhi returned to external consciousness. Now he was calm and peaceful. The stream of tears flowing from Gadadhar Pandit's eyes had no end. His every limb was wet. Seeing this, Pandit Vidyanidhi happily embraced him. He held him to his heart. Gadadhar Pandit was overwhelmed. Then Mukunda spoke what was in Gadadhar's heart. Sri Mukund said, when he saw your opulence, an offense took birth in his heart. Thinking to atone for that offense, he wishes to accept mantra initiation from you. From childhood, he has been a renounced devotee of Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. He is a proper descendant in the family of Madhava Mishra. From childhood, he has been a devotee of the Lord. Pandit Vidyanidhi and Gadadhar will be a good match as spiritual master and disciple. Taking initiation from a spiritual master, Gadadhar Pandit felt, yes, if I accept initiation from him, if I become his disciple, then he will hold me by the ear and punish me in different ways. In this way, I will have his mercy to transcend material tabernacle. This is what I think in my heart. Therefore, on this auspicious day, I request you, please offer mantra initiation to him. Hearing this, Pandit Vidyanidhi smiled and said, Destiny has placed a great jewel before me. I have no doubt, after many births, I have become fortunate to find such a disciple. On the coming Shukla Dwadasi, all the signs will be auspicious. Please return here then. On that day, your desire will be fulfilled. Hearing this, Gadadhar happily bowed down. Accompanied by Mukund, Gadadhar took his leave. They both went to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hearing that Pundari Vidyanidhi had come, Lord Chaitanya was very happy at heart. Unseen by others, Pundari Vidyanidhi went that night to Lord Chaitanya. Leaving all his associates, he came alone. Seeing the Lord, he fell unconscious. He could not offer Dandavata obeisances. Overcome with bliss, he at once fell to the ground, unconscious. The next moment, he had attained Lord Chaitanya. He roared again and again. He wept. He rebuked himself. He said, "Oh Krishna, oh my life, oh Krishna, my father, I am an offender. You should punish me. Oh Father, you have delivered the whole world. You have cheated me. You have cheated only me." When Pundari Vidyanidhi wept, all the Vaishnavas who knew that there was no other Vaishnava like Pundari Vidyanidhi also wept. So Gadadhar Pandit expressed his desire to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately upon hearing the desire of Gadadhar Pandit, he said, do it immediately. In other words, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approved that Gadadhar Pandit should accept initiation from Pundari Vidyanidhi, who is his father. Pundari Vidyanidhi is Maharaj Vrishabhanu. Maharaj Vrishabhanu, the father of Srimati Radharani. And Gadadhar Pandit is also Srimati Radharani. Therefore, here, the father and the son has come together. This is the mystery here. The father and the mother has come together to take initiation from each other. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to call, "Father, Father, Father!" All the devotees around be wondering, who is the father? Just like he also shouted, "Nara, Nara, Nara!" Who is Nara? That is Advaita Acharya. Father, Father, Father is Vidyanidhi Pundarik. So, Sri Gaurahari has so much affection for Sri Gadadhar Pandit that he couldn't be without him for a moment. He appeared a year after Lord Chaitanya. Gadai and Nimai were inseparable as childhood playmates. Peaceful, renounced, serious, self-composed, fond of solitude, Gadadhar Pandit proved. Quite a contrast to his bosom friend, Gora Raya, who was fickle, unsteady, and whimsical. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's leader as Nimai Pandit. He was teasing devotees every day, including Gadadhar Pandit. Yes. But Gadadhar Pandit, he had never done anything whimsical. He has always been a good and serious and gentle personality. Sri Kavi Kanapura stated that in Braj Lila, Gadadhar Pandit is the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, Srimati Radharani. So Gadadhar Pandit served as Lord Gaura's chief assistant during his Navadip Lila. Shishi Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan appeared as Gaura Gadadhara to perform pastimes in Navadip in the forest groves besides the Ganges. No one can describe the characteristics and ecstatic love of Gadadhar Pandit. Therefore, another name for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Gadadhara Pananatha. the life and soul of Gadadhar Pandit. So we see the divine grace of Satyananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He worshipped Gadadhara Gora Gadadhara. Means he is worshipping Radha and Krishna. One day while wandering along the bank of the Ganges, Gaura Sundra entered a forest grove and sat in a meditative mood. Soon he became enraptured, remembering his Pondavan pastimes. To enhance the Lord's mood, Mukund daughter began singing sweet songs in Purva Raga. Then Sri Gadadhara Pandit made a garland of fragrant forest flowers and lovingly placed it around the Lord's beautiful neck. As Sri Radha used to dress Damodara in Vrindavan, similarly, Gadadhara Pandit would adorn the radiant form of Lord Gauranga. He will also decorate Lord Chaitanya's bed and bedroom with the sweet-smelling flowers. Every day he will make sandalwood paste to rub on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's transcendental body. Gaura Gadadhara sat on the root of a tree, serving as the raised dice. Sri Nityananda Prabhu sat on Lord Chaitanya's right. Srivas Pandit decorated them with flowers. Sri Adwaita Acharya offered Arotik, Norohari Chakrabarti waved the chamara. Suklambara Brahmachari offered Kadam, Chandan, and Murari Gupta sang the Lord's glories. Vijay, Mukund, Purushottam, Madhava, Vasudev Ghosh sang a variety of songs in different ragas. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his Nadya Lila in the association of Gadadhara Pandit. Gadadhara Pandit also took the renounced order of life and went to Jagannath Puri to be with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Accepting Chaitra Sannyasa, a renunciate who never leaves the dham, he served the deity of Tota Gopinath with full love and devotion. Regularly, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to release Sri Gadadhara Pandit's Rasika reading of Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Chaitanya concluded his manifest pastimes by entering the deity of Tota Gopinath. And Gadadhara Pandit himself although Gadadhara Pandit was barely 48 when the Lord departed, he quickly became old because of the intense anguish he felt in separation from his beloved Lord Gaura Sundra. He couldn't stretch his arms to offer a garland to his deity. Understanding his servant's difficulty, Sri Tota Gopinath sat down to facilitate Gadadhara's loving service. To this day, Sri Tota Gopinath is the only sitting deity of Krishna. So when we go to Jagannath Puri and the temple of Tota Gopinath, we will see that the deity is seated. Because Gadadhara Pandit, feeling the pains of separation from the disappearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, decided to leave because he can't live without Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So his body became aged, that he cannot stand up to garland his deities. Therefore, Tota Gopinath sat down to give him chance to do his service. This is the love of Krishna for his devotees. One day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the garden. Tota means a garden. And he was hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam narration from Gadadhara Pandit. After some time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started scratching the ground. And then he exclaimed, "Hey, what a wonderful opulent. The most valuable jewels have been found. They have been found. Then he spoke to Gadadhar Pandit. Do you want to have the most valuable jewels? Gadadhar Pandit said, yes, my lord. He said, then come in here, come very close and see. When Gadadhar Pandit came nearby, he saw the head of Tota Gopinath, the deity. And with joy, they dug the earth and revealed the wonderful, beautiful form of Tota Gopinath, the deity. So Gadadhar Pandit worshipped this deity. Means 𝐶𝐻 Mahaprabhu manifested deity and gave to him to worship. And taking Chetra, sannyas, a sannyasi who stays in one place. When 𝐶𝐻 Mahaprabhu was leaving, Gadadhar Pandit decided to follow him. 𝐶𝐻 Mahaprabhu told him, see, you took a vow of Chetra sannyas, so you cannot travel. Please stay with the deity. So Gadadhar Pandit was forced to stay behind to take care of Tota Gopinath. 𝐶𝐻 Mahaprabhu, he disappeared by entering into the deity of Tota Gopinath. While Gadadhar Pandit himself, he disappeared in the same temple by entering into the ground. So there is no samadhi for Gadadhar Pandit. When he entered into the Tota Gopinath temple, if I enter into the deity room, by the left-hand side on the ground, you see a small place where there is a lotus feet of Gadadhar Pandit. That was the disappearance spot of Gadadhar Pandit. He entered through there. That's why he disappeared. So Gadadhar Pandit has Astakam prayers, which were composed by Swarup Damodara Goswami. I worship the greatly learned and exalted spiritual master, Srila Gadadhar Prabhu, who appears very splendid, engaged in the Lord's devotional service. He always performs pastimes in Braj, where he is very prominent among the gopis, who are very dear to Lord Hari. Lord Chaitanya, the son of Sachi, is the dear Lord of Gadadhar Prabhu, who is preaching the service of Radha and Krishna. I worship the greatly learned spiritual master, Srila Gadadhar Prabhu. He is expertly absorbed in meditation on the 9 rasas of devotional service, beginning with Ujjwala Rasa, conjugal love, and he dances in the waves of the amazing ocean of devotional service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He preaches the path of Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous devotional service, and is a fit person to attain residence in the transcendental land of Braj. I worship the greatly learned spiritual master, Srila Gadadhar Prabhu. He is the best of those who are devoted to the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Sachi Devi. I offer respectful obeisances unto him and treat him with great importance. And he is very dear to Lord Krishna, who is seated in the middle of the lotus flower, which is his heart. Assuming his golden form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he preaches that Lord Mukund has assumed the golden form of Lord Chaitanya, and he returns the living entities to their constitutional position as servants of the Lord. I worship the greatly learned and exalted spiritual master, Srila Gadadhar Prabhu. It is only because of him that the truth of the exalted devotional service performed by the intimate associate of Krishna in the forests and groves of Vrindavan has been revealed. He is preaching the ecstatic love attained by the gopis, and is indeed a personification of the melos of devotional service. The saintly devotees take shelter of the lotus feet, and he teaches the truth of spiritual life to the living entities. I worship the greatly learned spiritual master, Srila Gadadhar Prabhu. He is very dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it is as if he had this sprouted from the manifestation of the Lord's ecstatic love. He is always adorned with the garment of ecstatic love of Godhead, and he delights Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by arousing in the Lord the ecstatic emotional love experienced by the gopis of Braj. I worship the greatly learned spiritual master, Srila Gadadhar Prabhu, who expands the mellows of devotional service and whose lotus feet are worshipped by the kings of the Brahmanas. Among his confidential associates, he reveals his actual form as Srimati Radharani. He distributes the nectar of the ecstatic mellow of the gopis' conjugal love, strictly following the instructions of all the devotional scriptures. I worship the greatly learned spiritual master, Srila Gadadhar Prabhu, with delight. He is giving the devotional service of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which reveals the nectarian ocean of the most exalted mellows of devotional service, along with the nectar flowing from the lotus feet of the gopis, headed by Srimati Radharani, who is most dear to Krishna. Gadadhar Prabhu is decorated with the 8 transcendental ecstatic symptoms of Sattvic Bhav, and he is distributing devotional service to his worshipful Lord Krishna. I worship the greatly learned spiritual master, Srila Gadadhar Prabhu. Even a conditioned soul whose mind becomes anointed by the colorful waves of spontaneous devotional service, as delineated by Srila Gadadhar Prabhu, quickly attains the highest level of devotional service. It becomes like a maddened, humble bumblebee whose mind is anointed with the mellow of Ujjwal Rasa, conjugal love. The 8 verses glorifying Srila Gadadhar Prabhu distribute the nectar of the most exalted mellow of devotional service, and they are like a festival for the gopis of Raj. If one regularly reads these verses and saves the lotus feet of Srila Gadadhar Prabhu, who is an incarnation of Srimati Radharani, then he will become qualified to attain the jewel of pure devotional service for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Sachi Devi. Gadadhar Pandit ki jai. Hare Krishna devotees.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Did you hear me clearly? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Dhanavad Pranam Maharaj, Radhe Radhe. Yeah, come.
Radhe Radhe. Did you hear everything?
Maharaj, thank you for a wonderful class, Maharaj.
Oh, very good. Thank you
yes,
for
Maharaj,
participating
everything.
and making the arrangement.
Yeah.
May you have the blessings of Gadadhar Pandit, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you for
Any
your
comments
mercy.
or questions?
I request devotees if they have any question. Yeah. Meanwhile, other devotees are coming with their questions. Maharaj, I have my own question. So,
Yes.
as you at the starting of the lecture, you said getting a devotee, a separation from a devotee, is very difficult to have that one. So my question is is it to get a separation from anyone? First thing is required is that one should be attached to that person. So is it good to have an attachment to even to a devotees?
Yes, we should be attached to devotees. That is pure attachment. And that is devotional service. That is Krishna consciousness. To have attachment for pure devotees is most wanted. Yes. Why would pure devotees never to be separated from the Lord? It's because of the attachment. It's like Raghunath Das Goswami wanted to commit suicide. After the disappearance of Sita Mahaprabhu, Sita Mahaprabhu disappeared. He couldn't tolerate the separation. He wanted to commit suicide. He has gone to Vrindavan to commit suicide. That was his intention. To go and climb Govardhan and jump off from there and disappear in that way. Sadhana Goswami, Rupa Goswami stopped him. Only by the request for this great personality that he stayed. Haridas Thakur, he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all your pastimes, all your leaders are wonderful, complete, perfect, sweet, and I want to participate in all of them, but one I don't want to experience. Please, allow me to go before you go. It will be too much for me to bear if you go before me. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him the permission to go. He said, you are like this, but you can decide to leave at any time you like. Who can stop you? Why? They cannot handle the separation because of their intense attachment. We should be attached to devotees. Yes, that is Krishna consciousness. The queens of Dwarka, they were so attached to their husband, Lord Sri Krishna, that when Krishna left, they couldn't function. Arjun, when Arjun went to Dwarka and discovered Lord Krishna, his friend had disappeared. Sukadeva Goswami said Arjun became a different person. His body lost it, disappeared. His everything disappeared. Arjun became a person that his brother Yudhishthira couldn't recognize him. When Maharaj Yudhishthira saw Arjun, he said, what is this? Is it my brother? What has happened to you? Because of the pains of separation from Krishna, Arjun said, that person by whose mercy I was able to defeat people whom I cannot defeat, where is him? He has left me. How can I exist without him? Yes, we should be very much attached to pure devotees. Pure devotees should be very attached to them. And that will be the perfection of our life. Every morning we are singing that. Attachment to the lotus feet of the pure devotees, the perfection and fulfill all desires. Sometimes that's the Quran, he gave us this. Yes, so we should be attached. A devotee who is not attached to the pure devotee cannot make it in Krishna consciousness. How are we going to have the energy to transcend? How are we going to be empowered? Our empowerment will come through the attachment we have. That attachment will make us to give in completely to Krishna consciousness. We should be attached. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is helping us to expand the glory of the devotees association. So he spoke through Srila Ramananda Rai. Sukadeva Goswami, in the second canto of Bhagavatam, he told Maharaj Parishit, my dear king, it is better for one to embrace alligator, a tiger, a dangerous and ferocious snake, than to associate and be attached to Kormis. Should be attached to Krishna. Very dangerous. Can you imagine that? Association and attachment with devotees. Sukadeva Goswami said, if we don't have that, we should prefer to embrace the tiger, alligator, snakes. Yes, let us develop attachment. Are we still together? We've been disconnected. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Maharaj.
Hare Radhe.
Yeah, Matsya Prabhu has one question. Matsya Prabhu,
Yes.
you can Yeah, you can unmute yourself and ask the question, or you can put a chat message. Okay, sure. Please ask.
Thank you for the question. Devotee and I were wanting to ask. For example, if we have a devotee, especially a spiritual brother who deviates from the movement, what should be our posture? How can we help this devotee? Shall we be like, try to help devotionally? Shall we may be more, talk not only about Krishna, but how can we deal with this devotee who is not interested in Krishna anymore, but is our spiritual brother? How can we help him?
A spiritual brother or sister who is no more interested in Krishna consciousness, if the person is not practicing, he or she is not interested, and the person is inimical, we shouldn't associate with that person again. Because it will contaminate us. But if the devotee needs help, because the chance to be in difficulty is there, very prominent in this material world. So if a devotee, a brother or sister having difficulty, it's our duty to support, to help, if it is working. But if the person is not interested, what can be done? Is it better for us to at least have one person than to lose two? If the person is interested, we should support the person, help, encourage, invite the person at least to do some chanting, to read, to take some prasad, or to do some karma yoga somewhere. But if the person is not interested and not responding to our help, better for us to concentrate on our own practice and associate with those who are interested. In the Bible, Jesus of the Christ said, if someone is not with us, then the person is not with us. Those who are with us, then we should give them a chance to be with us by helping them. We cannot just be sentimental and waste our time with someone who is not interested. We cannot force people to take to Christian consciousness. We can advise and encourage people to take to Christian consciousness. If it is working, we should go ahead and do it. If it's not working, we should please don't waste our time. So first we should try. But if it is not working, then we should give it up and face our practice. Maybe our purity will help the person eventually, if we become pure. All right?
Yes, Gurudev, thank you.
Any other question or comments? Okay, Maharaj, Jagannivas Prabhu has one question. Jagannivas
Yes.
Prabhu, you may please ask your question. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, Hare Krishna to everyone.
Hare Krishna.
According to the point that Matsya has put into this, I have one dear devotee to me that is having some problems in his daily life, and he's not taking some principles. But it is not supposed that I have to know this, because this information has coming from another person. So what it has to be my position? Should I reach him like more in a superficial way, or knowing that he has his problem, trying to help him in a direct way?
Yes,
It is clear?
since the person is having problem and you have not seen or heard directly from the person, but someone else has told you, it is better for you to check on the person, try to understand what is the problem, and do your best to assist. That is what you should do. And if you are offering some help, some assistance, and it is working, and the person is taking it, then you should continue to keep that association and help the person to eventually come back fully. But if you try and see that it is not working, then it's better to give up. So first thing, you have to go to the person and see what is the problem. Then try to see what you can do to help. That is where you should begin. So begin from there. All right?
Okay. Thank you, Gurudev.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions or comment? Okay, Maharaj, I guess there is no more question or comment. So we'll stop the lecture over here. We thank you, Maharaj, for coming and giving your association and for a wonderful lecture. Thank you very much. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Maharaj, one
Gadadhar
more.
Pandit ki jai.
Jai. Maharaj, sorry to disturb you again. Matsya Prabhu has one more question to ask.
Okay, go on.
Matsya Prabhu, please ask.
We are here.
Okay, last question. Sorry. For some devotees, especially here in our yatra, not having a relationship with the spiritual master has become like, a normal thing, like compulsory. How can we help these devotees to understand the importance of the spiritual master without, getting into, some kind of offenses and etc. Because some of them don't have a relationship with their spiritual master because they spiritual master have had problems or something like that. How can we encourage them to approach some other senior devotee or guru so they can take their shiksha and they take their instructions? How can we help them?
Yes, if if one is if one spiritual master is having problem, we should understand. We should not just be foolish and continue to do things foolishly out of sentiment. We should be realistic and be pragmatic in our attempt, our activities. So, if one spiritual master is having difficulty, this our movement is so wonderful. So the Prophet has organized this movement in such a wonderful way that we don't only have our spiritual master, we have our uncles and aunties and god brothers and god sisters are there. So if some difficulties are there, we should not be so disappointed and so devastated or so disheartened that we cannot continue our Christian life. We should take shiksha from another person and continue. We have so many brothers. Why Christians have given all these wonderful facilities? We have uncles are there. So it's a teamwork. This movement is a teamwork. And then this slogan we called "Proper build a house in which the whole world can live." You build a house means what? Just a house. We are just looking at the house. Everything is complete here. Proper gave us a complete system that everything is here. We don't need to go anywhere for anything. So We should get closer to our special master. We should hear. If we are hearing, if we are reading carefully, we know the importance of a special master and how we have to be close to a special master. And if that problem is there because the special master has difficulty, get the shiksha from another god brother, god sister, or guru, and continue. We shouldn't live in the past. You should not try to live in the past. If you live in the past, we don't have the enthusiasm, the courage to continue. It will be a failure. A successful devotee must always live in the present. While living in the present, prepare for the future. Yes. If one thinks, okay, it's only him that I have to have, and if he's not there, then also my spiritual life is finished. Then the person is a fool. Everything Krishna has arranged for us. It is our duty now to take advantage of what Krishna has arranged, Srila Prabhupada has given us. All right?
Yes, thank you, Gurudev. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Maharaj, one more question from Jaganivas Prabhu and Sukadev Prabhu.
Yes.
Sukadev Prabhu wants to know, what about in some cases when you try to help someone in a problem like God brothers and sisters, then you are being labeled the bad person?
Well, first of all, we should look at ourselves. Yeah? Yes, go on. First of all, we should look at ourselves. Maybe our approach was not proper. Because if we correct someone out of false ego, it will react negatively. If you correct someone out of superiority complex, it will also react negatively. But if you correct someone, advise someone out of love, out of great concern, it will act very powerfully and bring a powerful change. But some people are really deviant. So even if you have good intention, even if you have a proper approach and sincerely approach them, they still be offended. In that situation, what can be done? You have to accept it like that. We try our best. If the result did not come the way we want it, then we should not break our head. But we have to do our duty. In Kali Yuga, people are not grateful. Even if you sacrifice, take a lot of risk to please some people, if you make some mistake, nobody will appreciate it. They will consider it to be a bad person, or you intentionally plan to do good, do bad to the people. Nobody will see the good intention there. That is the nature of the material world. But that should not stop us from doing our parts, because we are all responsible for our actions. All right. What's the second part?
Yeah, my second, the second, if any fellow devotee, he leaves the movement, and we calls him and encourages him to come back and join the movement again, back chant him, we send him messages and all these things, but he doesn't replies back to any of our approaches. He completely ignores us. So what should one do in such a situation?
Leave him or her.
Okay.
Don't have to break your head. Leave the person. We try sincerely our best to help somebody, and the person refuses it. Leave the person. There is a saying that you can force a horse to the river, but you cannot force a horse to drink the water. So we try our best by encouraging a devotee who having difficulty, Sincerely, if you try sincerely, try to help, encourage the person, visit the person, talk to the person, encourage to come back, and the person is not interested and ignoring you, please don't waste the time. Let us spend that time to chant Hare Krishna. Our Prophet say our part is not to convert people. We are to preach Krishna consciousness to people, not to convert people. We simply present Krishna consciousness to people, assist them, but the ego that we have convert and convince and it should not be there. We should try. People accept, we should go on. If they don't accept, we should stop from there. Otherwise, it will become the number 9th offense to give the name to people who are faithless. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Maharaj, just the last question from
No
Jagannivas
problem.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jagannivas Prabhu, please ask your question. Hare Krishna, Jagannivas Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, Prabhu.
Please ask your question.
Okay.
Please ask.
Guru Maharaj, the other day I have gone to the funeral of a relative. So, in a mood to being with my family, I stayed there chanting Hare Krishna and trying to get in the mood of a prayer to that person, getting closer to Krishna, even if she hasn't take any relationship with Krishna. And I know that the meaning of the Mahamantra that Srila Prabhupada gave us was in the mood of asking for service to Krishna. So my question is, besides this meaning, you can like use the Mahamantra for a prayer to help other people.
Yes, you can chant Hare Krishna mantra for and offer it to the person we love. We can do that. And the best is that we become ourselves pure devotee. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said, a neophyte devotee means a person who just takes to Christian consciousness, is not advanced, is not to the second platform yet, but it's just neophyte, just trying his or her best by taking to Christian consciousness. Even that person, 3 generations of his family member will be helped by Lord Krishna. So it's a powerful system. So it is better for us to try to become ourselves serious in our Krishna consciousness, and everything else will be taken care of by Lord Krishna. So nice, so wonderful. What a beautiful system. Yes. So if you become Madhyam Bhakta, 7 generations, and if you become a Mahabhagavat, wonderful process. So we have every reason to take to Krishna consciousness. Every reason we have to take to Krishna consciousness. So let us take to Krishna consciousness and help not only ourselves, but to help all the living entities. His Holiness Bhakti Teacher Maharaj was giving class and he started crying. And after then he told devotees, I'm crying because all of you sitting here, most of you sitting here are thinking of giving up this Christian consciousness. That means that you are very wicked. You don't want to help your family members. To practice Christian consciousness, we help so many people. So to give up Christian consciousness means that we are so wicked, we don't want to help even our family members. Therefore, we shouldn't give up Christian consciousness for any reason. We have no reason. A sincere person has no reason to give up Christian consciousness. A sincere person has every reason to practice Christian consciousness, to become Christian conscious. So if you become a serious devotee, that will solve all problems. Radhe Radhe.
Thank you, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please, I have a question. My
Yes.
question
Hare
is,
Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Lord Gadadhar Pandit and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in their past life as Radha and Krishna, they did display some lot of ecstatic symptoms that really captivated the heart of so many people in Vrindavan. And now coming to this present age, we are practicing Krishna consciousness. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he gave us Krishna consciousness. But can we really perform it in the way that they did back then in their own age, in their own time? Can we come to that level of really performing it and feeling it, or just performing, I don't know, like we are doing now, just performing it as just like that?
That is not Christian consciousness. That is neophyte Christian consciousness. Neophyte, crude, unrefined devotees. Christian consciousness, that is what they showed us. We have to come to that level. So if you don't go to that level, then what is Christian consciousness? Christian consciousness doesn't mean rules and regulations. Christian consciousness is beyond rules and regulations. Spontaneous devotion, say everything is based on love, has no material considerations. This is Christian consciousness. So they came to show us the path, and we have to get to that point, that level. If you cannot get there, then what is Christian consciousness? If you cannot experience what they had, then what is Christian consciousness? What are we doing? Because it is possible and it can be attained, so they came and taught us. They showed the way. We have to get there. So we should not mechanically practice devotional activities and call it devotional service. We should go beyond. And that means we should have good association like those who are on that platform. Then by the mercy, we can be promoted to that level. The mercy comes when we have sincere service attitude. We are straightforward in our dealings, not crookedness, not duplicity. So we have to understand the science of pure bhakti. And when we put that into practice, then everything becomes meaningful. Devotional service in reality is a tangible object, we can experience it. And we have to get to that level. The process is given to us. We already have the process. It's a matter of our application. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare
On behalf
Krishna.
of all the devotees, I thank you for coming and giving us association, Maharaj. Thank you once
Radhe
again.
Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, Gadadhar Pandit ki jai. Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Ramayana
Yeah.
Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.